My marriage is cursed. I have come to accept the fact that my husband and I might just because since the very day we got married, it's been from one bad situation to the other for us. It's been 11 years and our situation is only getting worse by each passing day. People have even gotten tired of pointing accusation fingers at me because my husband was doing very fine before we got married. So I guess it was just normal for people to have assumed that the drastic nosedive in his affairs had everything to do with me. She has bad luck, she is possessed, she has a spiritual husband, and was on the street referring to me. It was the very next week after our wedding that my husband lost his job. Prior to this sack, he had taken a loan to facilitate a project and had used his house as collateral. Our house was repossessed along the line because my husband's inability to pay his debt. My husband had to sell his car too at some point and use some of the money he realized from this sale to set up a business for me. But this business crashed even before it began. For these 11 years, I never even for once get any miscarriage. Not even once, At least that would have even given us something to hold on to. Something to keep us hopeful. I was called barren, I was called a witch, and I was accused of eating my unborn children. I was called a lot of unprintable names. We would go from one prayer house to the other, and for the past 11 years, our condition has only worsened by day. Presently, we feed from hand to mouth. Any day we get to eat twice a day, we give special thanks to God Almighty because days like that are very rare. On my way to the market one day, where I have gone to beg for whatever I could lay my hands on, a firm grip to my hand snapped me back to consciousness. Apparently, I've drifted away again in thought. This was something I do a lot. Judging from the scene that this firm grip had caused, my eyes went wide in utmost shock to the discovery of who exactly had gotten a hold of my hand in that grip. It was a popular madwoman in our neighborhood. It was one thing to have assumed a witch all this year, primarily from the circumstances that had surrounded my life, but another thing entirely to be seen with the madwoman. Interacting in any form, I tried with all my might to break loose of this madwoman grip, but I couldn't. So this madwoman went ahead to utter words that sought to have been nonsensical, random words that ought to have been as crazy as she is, but yet these words were so piercing and making sense to me. These words were to leave me spellbound and more curious than I have ever been in my entire life. I wait for you, Juliet. Indeed, you have really suffered. The heart of man is terrible, but you had to have been fool not to have seen this coming. You are a fool to have assumed that everyone can be as pure as you at heart. Only if you knew that the root of your problem has staring at you right in the face every second by the minute of every hour for the past 11 years. Only if you knew. Get rid of it and you'll be shocked how much goodness you and your husband will experience in such a short period of time.